are looking amazing. Looking pretty good. Oh man. This looks so good. I can't believe how good this turned out. Oh yeah. That's looking good. Hey everyone, welcome back to What's Cooking Tonight, and today we're going to be doing a double feature. So it is July 3rd, I decided to have some family over, so I figured I would do a whole beef brisket and some pork butt. So right now, we're going to trim up this beef brisket. It is 17 pounds, I got it from Costco. It's a choice beef brisket, and then we'll do the pork butt a little bit later. I just want to get this beef brisket on there first. So yeah, like I said, this is a 17-pound brisket, and we'll go ahead and trim this up. We're going to be smoking it on the Char Griller Smokin Champ, and we're going to be using some hickory wood today. So I'll go ahead and get this, wrapper off of here, and then we will start trimming it. All right, let's go ahead and start with the trim here. Now, I've only ever done a whole brisket one other time. So, I've been watching some videos on the best way to trim. Hopefully I can, get this pretty good here. Let's go ahead and get this little hunk off the end. So I'm going to try and save as much of this meat as I can. I'm going to probably freeze it and then maybe make some burgers out of it, for another video. My wife's got one of those KitchenAid mixers, and I think I might get an attachment that allows you to grind up some meat. So we're going to try that for a different time. Alright guys, I think I got the fat side pretty good. I'm just going to try and I think I'm going to cut from here over off just to get some of this fat decal off. Give me some more access to trim it a little maybe. Make this brisket a little more aerodynamic, as they say. I don't like to lose too much meat on these things, so hopefully I'm doing an alright job here. This is really hard though, like I really need to either cut into this or square it off. I don't really want to lose all this meat, but I think I'm just going to try and cut into it like this. I don't like throwing away meat. Like I said, I know I'm going to use it for burgers, but I've got a lot of people coming over. So the plan is, I'm cooking this on July 3rd. Everyone's coming over on July 4th, but I'm going to time it in a way that it's done cooking later at night, and then I'm going to hold it in the oven for a long period of time. The last time I did that, it worked really good. Brisket turned out good, so we're going to try that again. I think that's how a lot of the Texas barbecue places do it, I hear, so seems like that's a solid method. Alright, I'm going to keep cutting into this. This is still some hard fat. I know this is not going to render. There we go. Now I'm starting to get into some meat. So I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and turn this a little bit. But you can see here I'm starting to see meat down there. So try and get a little bit more of this out. And then I think we'll call it a day. And season this guy up with some salt and pepper, and then get it on the Char Griller Smokin Champ. I mean, that's feeling pretty good. I mean, I know I should really probably just cut it like this. I know that's how a lot of people do it. I just can't get rid of all this good meat. Can't do it in good conscience. So we're just gonna kind of Frankenstein this a little bit. Get this hard fat out of there. All right guys, here is the final trimmed product. I'm pretty happy with this. Like I said, it's only my second time trimming a whole brisket, so I think I got it pretty even. You know, this side I got a lot of the silver skin off. I cut into this fat decal, you know, without removing this whole chunk here. So I think this is looking good. Let's go ahead and get our mustard binder on here. And then we'll do our salt and pepper rub. Basically just 50-50 salt and pepper. I might have done a little bit more pepper than salt, maybe more like 2/3, 1/3, something like that. But it's close to 50-50. Alright, I think that's good. It's kind of a heavy coat, but it can handle it. Alright, well there is our 17-pound brisket. I'm sure it's a bit lighter now because we took a lot of trimmings off. Let me show you the trimming buckets real quick, or bowls. So there is all the fat I took out. And then this one was more so meat that I'm gonna freeze, and we're gonna use this later for another video. Alright, so we will get this out in the smoker and get things going. See you then. Hey guys, just want to give you a quick shot of the wood I'm using today. So I'm going to be using this Cowboy brand hickory wood. I'm actually really liking this stuff. So if you look at this piece here, comes in these nice square chunks, like very uniform. So it's going to be really easy to split. I mean, look at this. Perfect rectangle. So I'm using this Fiskars like axe here, and I did a few splits already. If you look at these, coming out perfect. So I think this is going to work perfect in my smoker. We're using the Char Griller Smokin Champ today. So you know, it doesn't have the biggest firebox, so I've had trouble when I got other brands of wood because the wood would be like a weird shape and it was like hard to split with the axe. So I tell you what, if this works out good, I might be only getting this Cowboy brand in the future. All right, well, just wanted to show you that real quick. We'll get back to the brisket in a second here. All right, guys, we're out here with the Char Griller Smokin Champ. Temperature is just around 300. I think it's going to drop a little bit here in a second, so I'm going to go ahead and put this brisket on. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right, looking good. We're going to put the point towards the firebox there. There we go. This big guy barely fits on there. Just gonna leave it like that. I want to move that water pan, but I know I'm gonna get burned if I do it. All right, so we're gonna put this on, I don't know, maybe like 4 hours before we check it. Keep the temp around 275. So we will check in with you, you know, in a few hours here. See you then. Hey guys, so one other quick thing I'm going to do with the brisket here is I'm going to render this tallow in a slow cooker. So I've never done this before. I think before when I did it, I might have just done it in a pot in the stove, but thought this would be a little easier. I saw a YouTube video of someone who did this, so here's all our fat once again. We're going to dump this in here, and we are going to let this render down, and then I'll use this on the brisket when I wrap it. So that's it, pretty short and sweet. Got this in here on low. We'll let it go all day. And so coming up, maybe in like an hour or so here, I'm gonna get the pork butt ready. So we'll move you over to the pork butt when we're ready to start that. See you then. Alright guys, we're back for part 2 of the double feature. We're going to get this pork butt seasoned up and we are going to get it on the Fornetto Basso. I'm going to use my other smoker for this one. So one thing I had to do, which was like a little weird, is on this pork butt I had to trim like a big fat cap off over here. You know, it just had some really thick fat there that I didn't think was going to render good. So it's the first time I ever had to do that with the pork butt. But let's go ahead and get this binder on here. And then we're going to be using the Holy Voodoo by Meat Church. So if I look at the ingredients here, it's got salt, sugar, brown sugar, paprika, dehydrated garlic, dehydrated jalapeno, and that's pretty much it. So sounds pretty good for a pork butt. We're gonna try it out, see how it goes. All right, I think that's looking good. So we're gonna wait for the Fornetto Basso to get up to temp, and then I will bring this out there. We'll put it on the Fornetto Basso, and then we're gonna check in on our brisket in a little bit. See you then. All right guys, we're out here with the Fornetto Basso. The charcoal is ready to put in here using the minion method as usual because I want this to be kind of a long cook. I've got one chunk of maple in there. We're gonna try maple today. And then I've got a few other chunks right here that I'm gonna throw in there after we put the charcoal in. So let me go ahead and get the charcoal in there and we'll assemble the smoker. All right, we'll wait for the guy to get up to temp and then we will put the pork butt on. See you then. All right guys, the smoker's at temp. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lid off and we're gonna get this pork butt on there. There we go. Give it a few hours here, check on it. I don't know how long it'll take. It was a 5.5 pound pork butt. So I don't know, maybe it'll take 6 hours, maybe it'll take a little longer. After this, we will check in on the brisket in a little bit. See you then. All right, guys, we are back. Gonna check on the brisket. It's been about 4 hours. I think it's like 3 hours, 45 minutes, so just a little shy of that. The temp right now is reading at 164. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this guy up and let's see how it looks. I don't mind that, it's just my son in the background. All right, here we go. Time for the reveal. Ooh, looking pretty good. Getting a good bark form in there. Get my spritzer ready here. I don't have it ready. There we go. Spritz this guy up a little bit. I got some apple cider vinegar and water mix in here, just 50-50. So we'll spritz this up a little. Looking a little charred on the point end. Honestly, I should probably get some foil for that. I think I'm gonna do that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes here. So like I said, it's at 164 right now. It's been about 4 hours. So I don't know, like once we push through the stall a little bit, I'm probably gonna wrap it and put it in the oven. And we'll go from there. So next time we cut back, it'll either be to wrap or it will be to show you how the pork butt's progressing. All right, see you guys. All right guys, we're back. We are ready to check the brisket, see if it's ready to pull off and wrap. So right now it's at 174, so I think we got through the stall. Might be pulling off a little bit late here, but I'm gonna temp it with my quick thermometer here and just see how it's looking throughout. All right, let's do it. Zoom in a little bit for you. It's raining too, which is wonderful. Wasn't supposed to rain in the afternoon today, but here we are, barbecuing in the rain. All right, let's get some temps. I'm interested to see what the flat's at. Yeah, see the flat's reading more like 160. Down here it's 164. up in the point pretty high, 183, 184, but that's because it was like really hot in this end of the smoker. This is 174. This is 166, 65. It's only 156. All right, well, I'm gonna leave this on a little bit longer. Zoom you back out there, sorry about that. I'll leave this on a little bit longer because I think the flat needs some more time, so I'll keep this temp going and we will wrap in a little bit. Right now I'm gonna cut us over to the pork butt after this, see how the pork butt's doing. See you then. Alright guys, we're back at the Fornetto Basso here. We're going to check the pork butt. So this one's been a little tougher to cook just because I don't have a thermometer probe I can really use on this one for the grill grates because I'm using them all in the other smoker. And for whatever reason, this thing hasn't been getting as hot as I would like. It's like the charcoal isn't burning really good. So anyways, let's take a look. We're going to probably give it a spritz. It's been on for about 4 hours, maybe a little shy of 4 hours right now. So let's see how it looks. Oh, a little further along than I expected. Let's give it a few probes here, see how we're looking. 159, 160, 164, 152, 160. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and spritz it using the same mix here. Apple cider vinegar and water. Just got like a 50-50 mix in here. Alright, so I think this one's only got a little bit longer. I might check on this again in like a half hour, 45 minutes. It might end up that we end up wrapping both of these at the same time. Alright, so we'll give it a little more time and we will see you in a little bit. Alright guys, here's the brisket. We are ready to wrap. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some tallow on the paper and then on the brisket. Tallow rendered very good. We got about a cup here. So this is what I poured it in after we took it out of the crock pot there. So yeah, we're gonna finish this off in the oven. Pour a little bit on the paper here. I think that's good. Let's go ahead and wrap this guy up. All right, guys, there's our wrap. We're gonna go ahead and put this on like a little cookie tray and we're gonna put it in the oven for as long as it needs. After this, we'll cut you back to the pork butt, see how that's doing, and we'll probably wrap that one up too. See you then. All right, guys, we're back with the pork butt. We're gonna temp it again and see if it's ready to wrap. Let's do another reveal. It's sure looking pretty good, pretty toasty. Let's see what we're at. Mm, 158, 163, 170, 150. Not quite there, but I think I'm gonna wrap it anyways. I don't know what the deal is with this charcoal. I'm using Kingsford charcoal, which I actually hate. It never works good for me. I usually use B&B, but I had to rush out and get some today, so I couldn't get B&B. So I don't feel like messing with the smoker anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it, put it in the oven with the brisket, and let it ride. All right, so we will see you back in the house when we're ready to wrap. Alright guys, here we are. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more of the voodoo rub on here that we used earlier. Just like to get a little bit on here. And it's a little dry, but I don't really want to put barbecue on here because I'm not totally sure if we're going to do sweet or if we might do like some pulled pork tacos or pulled pork nachos. So I guess I'll just do a little bit on there. The other thing I'm going to do is I am going to try using Coca-Cola instead of using chicken broth or any kind of, you know, basting fluid in here, or braising fluid, I should say. So here we go. I'm going to do a little bit of Coke on the bottom. Might as well do the whole can. Alright, let's wrap this up with some foil. So last time I did it this way, it came out really good. I did it with a 10-pound bone-in pork butt, and it was super tender. I did do a long rest time then. I'm going to do a long rest with this one as well. This and the brisket. So we'll see how they both turn out. Alright, might do one more piece of foil here just to seal this up real good, and then we're going to put it in the oven. And we will see you again when these guys are done cooking. Alright guys, we're back. The brisket is ready. It's been resting for a super long time, for like about 12 hours actually. So the reason I did that is I wanted to cook it the day before 4th of July. We got family coming over, and obviously they're coming over around lunchtime here, so I couldn't cook it on the 4th of July. So total cook time here was 8.5 hours. And then we rested for 12 hours. So let's go ahead and open this guy up, see how it looks. Looking, oh man, this is nice and jello-y. Well, let's take a few cuts, see what we got. Come on, get out of there. Nice smoke ring. Let's do a little pull test here. Ooh, nice. Taste test. Man, that bark with the fat, so good. All right, so I'm gonna cut this up a little bit more, and then we'll get to the point, and then I'll cut back the video here so you can check out the point. See you then. All right, guys, here's the point. Looking awesome. I still need to cut through that, but one thing I do want to point out is the end of the point here got a little bit charred. Like, this is kind of hard when I'm touching it, and that was just because my smoker was running a little hot on that side, and I didn't put the foil on it, you know, till towards the end, so it's probably a little bit too late to cover it with foil. But overall, this brisket is amazing. Turned out really good. I tell you what, the long rest, I know the Texas like barbecue places do it. It seems to work out really good. So if you need to rest it for a long time, feel free to go for it. All right, so the only thing we have left, since it's a double feature video, is we got the pork butt coming up. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of this up for my guests, and then we'll cut it back here and we'll see how the pork butt turned out. See you then. All right guys, we're back with the pork butt. Pork butt is done. It was also rested for 12 hours. So the total cook time on this guy was like 6.5 hours, and then 12-hour rest. So let's take it out. Let's see. find my son in the background there. Alright, looks pretty good. Let's see. Ooh, it does feel pretty tender over there. Let's shred it and see what we got. Oh, yeah. Nice and tender. Let's do a quick taste test on this. So if you remember, we did the Holy Voodoo Rub, I think it was, from Meat Church. And we did a Coca-Cola braising liquid. Came out pretty good. Get you a close up here. There we go. All right, guys. Well, that does it for the 4th of July double feature. So we had the 17-pound pork butt with hickory wood. We had the 5.5 pound, excuse me. We had the 17-pound brisket with hickory wood. We had the 5.5 pound pork butt with maple wood. So that's going to be all for what's cooking tonight on this episode, and we'll see you next time.